How's it going, guys? Klutch here once again, playing some more Farming Sim 17, and today we're kind of looking back. We've got Farming Sim 19 literally days away, so I think it's time we looked at Farming Sim 17, some of the cool mods we've had available. We'll do a quick little mini-series here, I think. We'll go through some of the cool mods that I've had a chance to play in the short time frame that I've even been playing with this game and messing around with it. So we'll take a look at some cool stuff over the next couple days here. Today, we're going to start with, well, the coolest of the cool. The harvesters. You know me and my harvesters. So we're going to check out some modded harvesters here. I'll kind of quickly talk over them all, but if you are still playing Farming Sim 17, maybe you might want to give some of these a shot. So all the download links will be in the description below, guys, if you are interested. But enough talking and looking at these things from here. Let's go jump in a couple of them and talk about them from there. All right, let's pitter patter.
Klutch simulations.
Alright guys, so we're going to start with something simple here. This is the HOLMER T440, very similar to the one in game, the stock one, the sugar beet harvester. There's nothing too special about this, to be perfectly honest, but I thought it was neat just to have a different color scheme than the other one in game, and there's not a lot else out there, to be honest, for sugar beets. So this is the special edition. The specs are all identical to the stock one, but I don't know, I just like this one because it's got the special ladder there that goes up. It's the same as the other one, right? No differences, just a different color scheme. Let's fire this thing up. Get your horn. Nice. We'll unfollow that. Oh, yep. There we go. We'll get that going, and we'll get that going. So there she goes. She is fired up, ready to go. And you can harvest. Like I said, it's identical. It's got the all-wheel steering, which can be enabled, disabled as you see fit. But if you're looking for some sugar beet harvesting, guys, this thing is pretty cool. I mean, it's just a different paint scheme. Nothing really all that special as far as that goes, but you know what? I still think it's pretty cool looking. I like the black instead of the red. Interior looks just about the same as well. I don't think there's anything really different there. But if you liked the red one, I think you'll just like it that much better in black. Now, I don't know who harvests sugar beets all that much. I certainly don't. But here you go if you want it, guys. So that's for sugar beets. That's the end of that. We're not going to touch sugar beets anymore, don't worry. Let's move on to some of the fun harvesters. All right, let's go. Alright, so our first harvester is the FENDT 9400 series. This one is a track model. This is out of a pack that has two different harvesters in it. This one has a 35-foot head. I think the 6000 series it comes with has a 25-foot head. So they're kind of similar. This one just works really well. I just really like this one as like a mid-game harvester. Let's fire that up. The one thing to note on this one is you have to pull out these little front end pieces, and this always catches me off guard. These little needles off the front here, they can be pushed in, I believe, on this one, and that one kind of just throws you for a loop sometimes. We'll unpack, and let's get some wheat. So the interior looks good, as you would expect. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Just a great looking harvester, and kind of takes the load off, I guess. Everyone having either a New Holland or a case pretty much in this area, right? I mean, they're starting to move into two options. I guess there's the Massey Ferguson as well, but yeah, I end up sticking something a little bit different. I've gone with a FENDT on one of my maps, and I like this one. This one's pretty cool. So that is it for the FENDT 9000. Like I said, FENDT 9000, 6000. This comes in a pack. Link is in the description. Look at two different harvesters out of that. So 25-foot and a 35-foot header on these. Kind of, like I said, a mid-game harvester. All right, let's move on to the next. What do we got next? Let's take a look-see. All right, well, you know I couldn't get through this without getting to John Deere. In fact, there's a bit of a green theme for all of the harvesters, to be perfectly honest. This is the 600 series, 670 as you can see there. I believe it's a 35-foot head on this one here. This is another mid-game, even early-game harvester. It's Yeah, it's just a nice looking harvester and all. The one thing I don't like about this one is the paint never seems to get dirty. It always looks perfect and pristine. But other than that, for a John Deere tractor or for harvester, it's pretty cool. Now, I know in 19 we will be full-fledged in that. We won't have to worry about dealing with just certain areas of having John Deere's. We'll be right into it. Oops, wrong one. I always do that. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about, the header spikes here. I always forget about these, so we will boom, unfold and unfold. So you have to remember to do these on some of the headers, and I always forget. Alright, so off we go. So once again, I just like the tracks on this, and you don't get too many of the mid-range harvesters that have the tracks up front. And I just kind of like that look. Get some lights going here. Our horn sounds like a Volkswagen Bug, but that's okay. Interior view. This one here has the gear shift there that moves when you step on the accelerator or if you brake, which is kind of interesting. You don't see that on too many of them. All the displays do work up in the cab. You can see we're doing 10 kilometers per hour, and yes, I do 10. Everything I do is in kilometers per hour. But once again, kind of a cool looking mod, and if you want a John Deere, well, you can get one a little bit early. So that, guys, is the T670. I believe this one's in a pack as well, but link is in the description as usual. That's about it. Let's move on to the next. Alright, so guys, this is my current favorite harvester. This kind of takes the cake away from the New Holland for me, at least. Now, it is a little less powerful. I think we're around, is it 500, 600 horsepower? Where the New Holland, I believe, is like almost at 700. So I don't think it has quite the power, but it is just cool looking. I just love this front track, the flat front track instead of having the triangular one. It still has a 45-foot head, and come on, the thing looks awesome. Yeah, loving it. So we'll fire this bad boy up. Bad boy, come on. There she goes. Unpack. Awesome. Staircase moves out of the way, and fire it up. Some lights going here. Inside, and let's do some harvesting with it. So it comes with quite a few options as well, like even like the laser guides up on the edge of the header there. Those are all optional. Just pretty cool. It's a very cool looking harvester. You got multiple seats up in here. You have a passenger come for a ride with you. I don't know, looks pretty cool, man. I am liking this one. I've done this one for one harvest that I've had a chance with recently. Yeah, it has taken the cake for my the New Holland. I'll stay with the New Holland and go to this now whenever I can. Just a cool looking harvester. Alright, well, that'll wrap it up for this one. Let's go take a look at our last harvester. I think we have got one more thing to take a look at, but that'll wrap us up for that. Oh yeah, I forgot it's Monster Insignia. That's the only thing I don't really, not a huge fan of that, but I mean, if you can get past that, that looks pretty cool. Alright, let's move on. Alright guys, for our last tractor, harvester, you know what I mean. I did want to talk about the KRONE series stuff. So this here is the KRONE 580, the big X, as you can see there. It is the base game corn harvester, one of the bigger ones. I mean, it's not as big as the New Holland, but still it's a good size. But this here bad boy is the one I've been using. It is the 1100, so it's like double the horsepower. I think it's like almost over 1,000 horsepower. But this is an absolutely massive header on it for corn. What is the size of that one again? There it is. Yeah, 10.5 meters. So the New Holland is only 9 meters. This one here is 10.5. It is absolutely massive. And if you're doing some big fields, this is the one I've been using on the anything with a large you need to get around a little bit bigger on. So I just wanted to quickly touch base on this one, but this is not kind of what my favorite one is. I just found a new one that I wanted to look at. So we'll go take a look at that one, but I just wanted to give this one kind of an honorable mention, I guess. So I'll make sure this one's linked in there as well, but let's move on. Alright, so this here is the CLAAS 870 harvester, the Jaguar. It's just a little bit different than anything else you're going to find for harvesters in-game. The header itself is only, what are we at, 6.5 meters? I believe it's 6.5 meters. Let me double check that. There it is. No, 7.5 meters. Sorry, it's the. Okay, so the big X580 is 6 meters, and you're 7.5 meters. So you're smaller still than the New Holland headers. However, you're a little bit bigger than the base game header for the KRONE, which is kind of nice. It's kind of a go-between, I guess, between the bigger one and that. But I just love the way this header looks. Now I'll unpack this. I mean, just look at the way the header is, how that all works together. We'll fire it up here. And let's see if I can get that pipe out. There we go. And yeah, it's just a cool looking header, the way this all works together. You get to see all like the internal mechanics of it all. I just love the way this harvester looks. It's a little bit smaller, but it makes up for it in kind of coolness factor. I mean, look at even the sides here. It seems like it's a really well done mod for sure. So anyways, this is what the one I kind of recommend right now if you guys are interested at all. It's kind of a fun little harvester to drive around for corn. Let's go harvest some here while we're at it. Oh, excellent. Well, that's about it for today, guys. Those are a few of the harvesters that I've been liking to use for my mod harvesters that we've been checking out. If you did like this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button, of course. And if you are not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. We will be continuing this series on for a little bit here. We'll be doing a couple more mod check-ins for the next couple days until the release of Farming Sim 19. So stay tuned for that. And other than that, guys, this has been Klutch. We'll talk to you soon.